Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. So today I made over, as you can see, I made a little over $27,000 and I did this whole thing on Instagram Live. So I was live on IG. You can see this is like, I think it goes for like three hours, three and a half hours. You can go watch it in your own time. I'm pretty sure you'll learn a couple things. So it was all live. Go follow me if you do not follow K Capitals. And let's break down the day today, right? So I'll break down 2 or 3 trades that were really high quality trades that I took, and we'll go from there. Number 1, I did Tesla right at the open. As soon as we opened, so I made a plan where I was looking at Tesla right at the market open. So it was like, so I was looking at Tesla reject of 800. Will be taking July 29 750 as a day trade, and I said that before the market opened, so I was pretty ready, right? So what ended up happening, we opened, and I'll show you the trading view charts as well, but for now we opened, we had a move lower. Now my target was, for Tesla, the target was 765, but what ended up happening is we were not going down there, and I'll show you the reason why I exited, and I made like $3,500 on this. Let's talk about why did I enter, why did I exit on this trade, and I'll show you the next trade after that. So 800 is a huge level, and I've been saying this from last couple of days that I posted on my Twitter as well. If we break below 800, we can see even further downside. So I was pretty ready, right? So now what happened was, as you can see, we tried to get above 800, we couldn't, and now we're gapping up into the supply area. What ended up happening is exactly what I broke down in yesterday's video as well. We went above, reclaimed, and this is where I shorted. I just got in 15 contracts. It wasn't crazy size. It was 15 contracts, and we went lower. And then if you think here, there's one thing that's happening here, that is lower highs. Okay, so what's going on here? We're making lower high, again lower high, again lower high, again lower high, again lower high, and again lower high. So what's happening? We are going down like this. Then we went lower, again lower high, and now this is exactly where we didn't we broke the level, and now this was my stop loss because of this level. And I was like, if it can go down from here, I'll be in the trade, otherwise I'm getting out. And exactly what happened, we broke 775 and I jumped out. That was just because of the trend the downside trend is made by lower lows and lower highs. So the trend kind of looks like this. But now we broke this area right here, and I jumped out because I knew after that we're gonna just play around pretty much whole day. So this was my reasoning, this was my exit. It was pretty good trade. This is what I think. My exit, as you guys can see, exit was exactly where I'm saying, break of 775, and I exited. Let's see the next play, QQQs. So QQQ is a bit funny one. I actually entered yesterday. This is on 25th. I entered yesterday, and I had like 50 contracts, bought 50 right here, then 17. We made a move lower, and we were chopping around. Entered a little bit later on again. Entered again. I'll show you my reasoning and why did I enter though. And then we later on in the day we kind of pushed yesterday, so today we gapped. Now after hours we started gapping down, so I was pretty happy about it. And then this AM we started really selling off, and I was holding my positions, and I started really selling off later on. Like here I sold 31 contracts, then I sold another 34 contracts. So this was my reasoning, and now let's have a look at my trade and see what we can learn from this. Okay. So this is the price right now. I still have some position open. I posted on my Instagram. I have the lotto open, which we got in somewhere around here. I still have some open because I was pretty, we had this pending. We were like holding on a low volume, and I was like, okay, we have to go down because there's no buyers interested. But anyway, my QQQ trade was pretty simple. It's pretty simple. I entered at 10.17. That was the first trade that I entered, 10.17 right here, somewhere in this, and I bought like 50 contracts somewhere around there, 10.17. Why? Because of, like, on a macro structure, it looked weak, the first thing, and we broke below, and now I was like, there was a little anticipation, which was a mistake at first place. There was a little anticipation of me thinking if it breaks below 300, we can make a huge move. It was a little anticipation, but I got in right there, and my stop loss was sitting above this, right? And I had the original mindset that I got in this trade was a lotto, that this is a lotto play, doesn't matter what happens. And I actually signaled this in my group chat as well, that I bought this. And so I got in yesterday around here, and it was a lotto. I'm like, okay, let's see, and my stop loss was like above this, but we held that price pretty nicely. And then I bought some more at somewhere around here, because why? We were forming this little intraday trend line, and now I was like, okay, this trend line is breaking. Intraday trend line's breaking, we can move lower. And then, but the reason why I like this trade is because I managed my trade very well. Today we opened lower. It was a lotto play, as I said first. Today opened lower, and I managed my trade really good. I got in other some other lotto plays as well because of the earning week. But I got in. I got out at 12.16 after we start again. Same thing. Lower highs the whole time, and now we break lower highs right here, and I started getting out. And I started getting out in here. So the trend for me started a downtrend even pre-market. If you see this, it's making lower highs the whole time, and it break the lower high here, and I got out. If you think about it, that's what a real trend is. Emotions involved when the trade is going against you, but you have your stop losses, and that kind of works. And every time I was managing this trade, I was bringing my stop loss lower and lower. Like in this case, from this point, after we started seeing a move, my stop loss came here. And after that, when we made this move, started going lower, my stop loss became here. When it made this move, my stop loss became here. When we had this right here, and then here, and then we broke, and I got out. So it's about managing the trade, which will keep you in the positions and which will bring you money. Managing trades is a must. You have to manage trades. Don't be like, okay, you can't go broke taking profits, but you cannot get rich taking small profits as well, because your loss is going to be bigger than your winners. And what's going to happen after that? You will just lose a lot of money. There was another trade that I took on SPX. I lost like $4,000 on it, maybe less. By the time I was closing this trade, maybe less. But let's see what I did on SPX first. So I was watching 39.20 area. I was watching that area pretty big. And if you follow me on my Instagram and my Twitter, you would know that I was saying, okay, 39.20 is a strong key area, and I was watching it quite from a few days. Now we went below. Where did I enter? I entered at a retest right here. This was my entry. I got in like 10 contracts, I think. But what ended up happening is we made a move. I was up 20%. I didn't take it because I was expecting it to go down to 3,900. It didn't do, it didn't go lower. And now we went a little bit higher. Same thing happened. I'm like, okay, if it got above this level, it gonna, make a swing high, and the trend is pretty much done. So what did I do? I got out here around this levels. I got out and I lost 4 grand on this. So it's part of the game, right? It was a good trade. There was a good reasoning to the trade, and everything was looking good. That's fine. I lost money. Yes, I would have been nice if I would not have lost money, but I mean, nobody knows what's gonna happen, right? It's always a probability that you will end up losing money. So exactly what happened. There was a chance that I'll lose money. Like in every trade, you have a chance of losing money, and I lost a little bit, but I was able to control my losses. I keep my losses small, while my winners were pretty big. As you can see on this QQQs, I made like 13 grand. Tesla made 3,500. And few scalps here and there, which I'm not going to talk about because there's nothing to learn from them. A few quick scalps using the level 2 and 1000 sales here and there. But this was my trading day. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you enjoyed the video, if you learned something, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.